Okay. ये तुम्हारे इसमें मिरर इमेज आ रही है यार। नहीं, वो देखो ना, ज्योग्राफी उल्टा आ रहा है। लाइट की वजह से नहीं हुआ है, सेटिंग की वजह से। यार ऐसा थोड़ी को होता है, सब जगह तो वैसा होता है। देखो एक बार उसको। ठीक है, अभी देखो कितने बच्चे को लाइव है। एक है। बच्चे थोड़ा सा मुझे क्लासरूम खाली करके दे दोगे? हाँ, ज्योग्राफी का। ओके, क्या नाम है आपका? वंदना। वंदना बेटा, क्या कर रखा है आपने? बीटेक कंप्लीट करा है। कौन सी स्ट्रीम में करा है आपने? कंप्यूटर साइंस के अंदर में करा है। ओके ओके। सो और ये कहाँ से करा आपने? ओके, आईपी यूनिवर्सिटी से। ओके ओके। सो हाउ लॉन्ग यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर द सिविल सर्विसेज? You started last year September. Okay, in your graduation time or after completing your graduation? Okay, so your graduation completed in 2022. Okay, so you have, so you did you appear for this year? Okay, okay. So you're planning for 2024. Okay, and okay. So do you know something about a geography and a geography optional? Okay, okay. So you have you know a basic differences between what is a physical geography and what is world and Indian geography. Okay, so you have some idea about. Okay, so how you what is your takeaway from this subject? Nee, actually, geography is not about facts. Actually, it's not about facts. It's all about concepts. Okay, if anyone is teaching a geography which is based on some dry facts, then he is not at all teaching geography. He is teaching general knowledge, GK. If any person comes, especially in this field of civil services, I tell you, if especially in this field of civil services, if anyone come on the board and start dictating about the height of the mountains or about the, so that is not at all a geography. Okay, you should know that how the mountains are formed and what are the various theories which are associated with the formation of the mountains. It's not about, suppose for example you are studying about the agriculture. Okay, so you should be aware that what is the agricultural pattern in our country and what are the problems associated with the agricultural sector. Okay, suppose you are studying about the soil, then you should be able to understand that how the soils are formed and what is the connection between the soil and the structural, means about the rock type of a particular region. Suppose you are studying about the minerals in Indian geography, then you should know that why we are getting a iron ore at one in a certain locations. We do not get a iron ore in Delhi, na? Okay, but we get it in Jharkhand, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh. We are getting these iron ore in these regions. Okay, but we are not at all getting it in means in throughout the country. So there must be some geological connection, or there must be some conceptual connections to understand that why a certain minerals are located at a places where you find them. Okay, so geography, if you start with conceptual part, or if you try to understand about the conceptual part, then you will find it very easy. In the prelims examination, also in this 2023 pre-examination, you will find that there was a question about a particular wetland, which particular wetland is having a repeated changes into the sea level. So we used to discuss in the formation of India, or in the geological history of the India. And if you are aware that in the geological history of the India, formation of the Himalayas, and how the Western Ghats are formed, how the Arabian Sea is formed, Arabian Sea basin is formed, then you will came to know that multiple times there are marine transgression and marine regression took place in the part of the India. Okay, suppose you are looking for a limestone region. Okay, suppose you find that a particular region are limestone. So why we are getting a limestone? It is just because these regions were at a point of a time they were submerged into the water. Okay, so geography is about learning about the concepts and understanding the concepts. Okay, and for engineers it is always going to be a easy subject. Okay, because you see that I tell you because in this session I tell you that even though it seems that there are so many students from humanities background appearing for the civil services, but if you look to the report, and if you look to the report of UPSC, latest report of the UPSC, nearly 63% of the students are qualified, means 63% are from engineering background. The person who are qualified or who are recommended by the UPSC, okay, out of them 63% are from engineering background. Okay, so of course, geography is the second most popular subject, because almost 1300 plus students are appearing for every year. They are giving mains from this 13, approximately 1300. It is more than 1300, and approximately 100 selections this subject is giving every year. So any subject which is giving you around 100 selection, okay, and any subject which is having an average score of around 270 and 280, then that subject is a good subject. Okay, so that is a good subject, but it all depends whether you are comfortable with that subject or not. Because you see that in the context of a geography, in the context of a geography, I want to tell you that when we are studying about the geography, then uh, there are certain actually there are certain myths associated with the geography. Okay, I don't know. Okay, there are certain myths associated with the geography, and many a times the students are actually influenced or get dragged away by those some negative publicity about the geography optional. Okay, negative publicity about the geography optional. So actually, whenever you are selecting any optional, what is your criteria? What is your basic criteria which you follow whenever you are going to select the optional?
For me, it's the interest in that subject, what I know of it.
Hmm?
My interest in the subject, I would say what I know of it.
Hmm.
And secondly, yeah, I just see the previous year question papers.
Okay. You will look to the question paper, na? Okay. Okay. You will look to the question paper, and then you will decide that about the nature of the subject. Okay. Means whether you can do it or not. Okay. Now, don't you go by the interest? Huh? Okay, because means as far as this subject is concerned, or any subject is concerned, if you don't have any interest in the subject, you cannot scale the good marks. Okay, because nowadays, if I can see, or if I just look to the last 7 years, every year every optional is getting upgraded, and I tell you that there is a challenge for the UPSC also. Okay, because UPSC is also facing a challenges, because lots and lots of material is available. Okay, and they are also looking to design a questions in a manner which is not means which is not actually to be bracketed in some average type of a question. So they are looking for some good stuff. Okay, so in all the optional. Okay, now when I say about the geography optional, okay, okay, so if I look to the UPSC report, then you can see that it is one of the most preferred optional for civil services mains examination. Now 2021-22 वाली जो report है उसमें second most popular है. In the all the previous report for last 15 years, you will find that the geography was the most popular subject. Okay, almost more than 1800 students were opting for the geography, but in the latest report we have around 1300 students opted for the geography, and in the first number there is a political science. Okay, approximately 18 to 1900 students are appearing from the political science. Okay, so but I would say that even if it is a second most popular subject as per the latest report, then it is a fair good subject. Okay, many students are opting, and approximately 100 students are getting selected. Approximately every year, geography is contributing into the list in terms of 100 students. Okay, so that is also something which can be taken to be as a positive point for a geography. Now, another important thing about the geography is that it is having a maximum linkages with the general studies. Okay, it is having a good linkage with the general studies. Okay, means good linkage with the general studies. Now if you look to the syllabus of the GS, okay, and where you will find the geography in your syllabus, and in the GS1 and GS3. Okay, but if you take it only in the context of a general studies, then you will find it in a GS1 and GS3. But if you look to in the context of a optional, then in the geography optional you have a disaster management also, you have a topics related to the federalisms also, you have a topic related to the international relations also, you have a topic related to the resource distributions also. Okay, so if you connect a geography optional, okay, then you will find that more than 300 plus marks out of 1000, more than 300 plus marks are relatively safe for those who have opted the geography optional. Okay, but the first criteria is whether you are finding that subject to be as an appealing or not. ओके, बिकॉज देखो मेहनत तो सभी सब्जेक्ट में करनी है, आप चाहे कोई भी ले लो। ओके, आप चाहे एंथ्रोपोलॉजी ले लो, आजकल बड़ा पॉपुलर सब्जेक्ट हो गया है, एंड चाहे सोशियोलॉजी ले लो, पॉलिटिकल साइंस ले लो, पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ले लो, या फिर आप ज्योग्राफी ले लो, मेहनत आपको सब में करनी है। हाँ, कुछ सब्जेक्ट्स ऐसे होते हैं, देयर आर सम सब्जेक्ट्स विच हेल्प्स यू टू relatively means which helps you to scale relatively easily. Okay, there are some subjects which help you or the nature of the material or the nature of the subject, or sometimes I tell you it's not about the subject. Sometimes the UPSC question papers, okay, are also of such nature in a particular subject that the subject can be easily attempted. Okay, and in some subject I do not know whether it is a result of scaling or it is a result of some other factors. Okay, but in some subject UPSC is giving some higher side of the questions because and in some subject they are dealing it with generally with humanities aspect. But geography is a subject in which you will find all the elements of earth sciences. Okay, so whenever it is an element of the earth sciences added into a subject, because you have a flavor of a social science also, and you have a flavor of a pure science also when you look to the physical geography. Okay, so you cannot say that physical geography is a subject which can be dealt with some humanities mindset. Okay, it needs a scientific study, it needs a proper understanding of the concept, and most of the things required to have a scientific temperament. Even though I believe that scientific temperament is required in your entire preparation. Okay, but here in the context of certain subjects you need to be a bit more scientific. Okay, but the point is that whatever we are going to study in geography in the name of a pure science, that is going to be the part of your general studies also, so you don't have any option to skip. Okay, भाई जो भी अगर हम कहते हैं ज्योग्राफी के अंदर में एक सर्टेन कंपोनेंट ऐसा है जो बहुत साइंस वाला है, ओके, तो वो तो जीएस में भी है आपका, वो सारा का सारा कंपोनेंट आपका जीएस में भी है, तो आप वैसे भी उसको स्किप नहीं कर सकते। ओके, आप उसको वैसे भी स्किप नहीं कर सकते, तो यू हैव अ गुड कनेक्शन विद द जनरल स्टडीज। एंड अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट बिकॉज यू सी दैट देयर आर गुड number of the students appearing with geography optional, and it simply means that geography is helping the people to qualify the prelims examination. This year also if you connect geography, ecology, environment, okay, then approximately 30-35 questions were there from a geography, ecology and environment, because people who are having a geography optional, they are definitely going to be good in ecology and environment. अगर आप सिलेबस को देखोगे ना, if you look to the syllabus, ओके, नाउ सिलेबस देखो, पहला टॉपिक क्या है, ऑप्शनल का पहला टॉपिक है जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी, ओके, दूसरा टॉपिक है क्लाइमेटोलॉजी, तीसरा टॉपिक ओशनोग्राफी, चौथा फोर्थ टॉपिक बायोजियोग्राफी. नाउ दीज आर द रियलम्स, दीज आर द फोर स्फीयर ऑफ द एनवायरनमेंट. So when you are aware about geomorphology, when you are aware about climatology, when you are aware about oceanography, you are aware about the biogeography, then you move towards the environment. Okay, because the components of the environment includes lithosphere, biosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. So hydrosphere you are going to study in oceanography, lithosphere you are going to study in geomorphology, the atmosphere you are going to study in climatology, and biosphere you are going to study in biogeography. So that will give you a complete sense of environment. Okay, and later on you can see that many of the environmental phenomena or many of the issues related to the environment, you are going to study it in your geography also. Okay, so means it helps you to qualify the prelims examination. Okay, because if you are good in geography, it helps you to qualify the prelims examination also. Now another important thing about the subject is that there is nothing to mug up, कुछ रट्टा वाला काम नहीं है इसके अंदर में, everything is concept. And I personally believe that once your concept is clear, okay, once your concept is clear, then it is very easy to understand the subject, and it is going to be means your long term memory formation. मतलब suppose for example you are studying a certain list of facts, so list of the facts requires a repeated revisions. Okay, repeated revisions करने पड़ते हैं उसके कि एग्जाम से पहले भी करना है एग्जाम. But in the case of a geography, it is totally a conceptual part. Okay, it is going to be totally a conceptual part. Okay, and in this case, so when a subject is conceptual, then it is very difficult, means it is going to be very easy for you, even for the people who do not have any background in geography. Okay, it all depends that how you start the subject. It all depends how you start the subject. If you are going to start the subject in a manner in which the things are not clear, you are not aware about the nature of the subject and what is the actual requirement of the subject, then you are going to find difficult. Means it is, you are definitely going to find it little bit difficult. Okay, little bit difficult. Okay, so it is a concept based and easy for non-backgrounders also. And another important thing about the geography is that there is no scarcity of the resources in the geography. So you have good resources and very rich resources. Okay, very rich resources. So means there are, all the good books are available. Even in public domain also, all the good books are available. And these are the books which are sufficient enough for you to qualify, means to understand the syllabus and to write good answers into the syllabus. Okay, so you have a quality study material available. And another important thing about the geography is that the range of this subject is relatively much better. Now you just see that the people who are going to select, people who are going to, means the people, if you look to the range of 100 students, then you will find that the maximum score is going around 336. The people who got selected. And the minimum score is around 265. The people who got selected. So means it is not in the case of other subjects. It is not, I'm not talking about physics and pure science subject. There is a possibility that but if you look to the subjects which having some humanities touch, okay, which is having a little bit of humanities connection, okay, so in that cases you will find that the geography, the people who are scoring in geography are much higher. Okay, now if you look to the average marks, okay, means if you go to the maximum scorer, then you will find that it is reaching around 330 marks. Okay, around 330 marks. If you go to the maximum scoring, then it is exceeding more than 60%. Okay, and the minimum part of those who got selected, it is reaching around 260 marks. So if we calculate the average, then the average of this subject is going to be around 275 marks. So whenever you are looking to a subject which is having a 275 marks as an average matlab the people who got selected, just add up their total, means add up their marks and divide them by the number. Okay, then you will get the average. So this 275 to 280 is something an average of this subject, which is relatively better in comparison to the other subjects. Okay, so you have a good chance of scoring a good marks in this subject. Now, if you look to the GS syllabus, I hope you people are aware about the GS syllabus also. That if you look to the GS syllabus and if you look to the questions, I'm having this 2021 as an idea for you, and you will find that in 2021, if you calculate the total number of the marks in the general studies paper, which is related to the geography or geography optional, then you will find that it is around more than 300 marks, right? Okay, it is around 300 marks, more than 300 marks. So a subject which is making you to do good in around 300 marks or more than 300 marks, then obviously that subject is going to be helpful for you for your preparation. Okay, so there are certain myths about the geography optional, okay, that it is less scoring. Now, what the point is that somebody, if someone says that it is less scoring, my simple question is, what you call to be as scoring? आप किसको स्कोरिंग बोलते हो? मतलब पहले तो हम ये कहें कि भाई वो लेस स्कोरिंग है या ज्यादा स्कोरिंग है, ओके, वो हम तब कहेंगे जब हम पहले स्कोरिंग का मतलब को समझने की कोशिश करें कि स्कोरिंग होता क्या है, व्हाट इज स्कोरिंग, व्हाट इज स्कोरिंग। ओके, तो पहले तो हमें यही पता हो ना कि व्हाट इज स्कोरिंग। व्हाट इज स्कोरिंग, पहले तो हमें यही पता हो कि स्कोरिंग है क्या, स्कोरिंग का मतलब क्या है। Okay, I tell you, means if you look to the average score, don't look to the topper score. Okay, suppose for example, in a geography, the maximum marks which you can find in a particular year, suppose it is 330 or maybe around 335, a maximum marks. Suppose for example, this is the maximum. It is a very, means in any subject, it is just by chance. Okay, it is just by chance. You cannot say that you start with keeping this in a mind. Yes, it indicates that subject is scoring. Okay, subject is scoring. It indicates that the people are scoring around 335 marks. But do you think that everyone is scoring 335? Everyone is scoring. Now, if you look to the average, then all the students who got selected in the civil services examination, you'll find that their score is between 265. The average score is between 265 to 275. So if you are lending around 275, okay, around 270, if you are lending around 270, and you prepare for it, means you score 270, then that is a good option for you. Or you can say that the optional has done its work. Rest of the things are to be done by the general studies, your essay paper. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि आप सोचें कि ऑप्शनल्स में, अगर इनफेक्ट अगर आपके ऑप्शनल में 310 320 अगर आप लेके भी आ जाते हैं, if you are scoring very poor in your general studies part, then also they do not makes any sense for you. Okay, so the point here is that what is the scoring? So in my suggestion, in my opinion, if any subject is helping you to score around 265 to 275, then that is going to be a good subject, or that is going to be a good score, because you can start your preparation only with the average score. देखो है क्या बच्चों, हमारे पास जो पब्लिक डोमेन में डेटा होता है, ओके, वो बहुत लिमिटेड डेटा होता है, और वो उस डेटा के बेसिस पे हम बहुत ज्यादा कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ नहीं कर सकते। जैसे मैंने देखा स्टूडेंट्स क्या देखते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स देखते हैं कि यार सर कौन सा सब्जेक्ट ऐसा है जिसका जो है सिलेक्शन रेशो ज्यादा है। ओके, कौन सा सब्जेक्ट ऐसा है कि जिसका सिलेक्शन रेशो ज्यादा है। अब मैं सिंपल एक बात पूछता हूँ कि सिलेक्शन रेशो की अगर हम बात करते हैं, ओके, सिलेक्शन रेशो हम कैसे निकालते हैं? सिलेक्शन रेशो है या हाँ, स्टूडेंट्स opted upon student selected. Now this is a ratio quantity, student selected. Now you tell me, if the student opted are more, okay, the ratio will get reduced, and if the student opted are less, then the ratio will get increased. Okay, suppose for example, there are 100 students who opted a particular subject. There are 100 students who opted a particular subject. Okay, and students selected, okay, suppose for example, the student selected is at 10. So what is going to be the ratio? 10. 10 is going to be the ratio. Now look to the next year. Come to the next year. Now the student selected is 90. Okay, a student selected, suppose 90 students selected that option. Okay, and out of this 10 got selected. Okay, so I tell you one thing, that selection ratio is not a proper criteria for you to decide about whether a particular subject is good or whether a particular subject is not, is bad. Okay, so that is not considered to be as a good criteria. Okay, for a geography, the selection ratio is coming out around 5 point means it is around 5 point. Okay, but UPSC may be having a different way of calculating, because they may be calculating the total number of the students who appear, and on the basis of that they would be doing it. Okay, so on the basis of that they would be calculating. This point is clear. So whenever there is a less number of the student, the selection ratio will get improved. Okay, whenever there is a less number of the student, then the selection ratio will get improved. Okay, and whenever there is a more number of the student, okay, then the selection ratio will get reduced. So that is not at all a criteria for you to go for to just go for making the choice of your optional on the basis of this one. So if I take this one again, so less scoring. So you cannot say that it is a less scoring. May not be scoring for you. It may not be scoring for you, but you as a subject you cannot say that it is less scoring. So it is a huge syllabus. Yes, I agree with this one, because if we start the geography optional, it will take around 300 plus hours. Okay, now just look to this fact, okay, about the geography. Now suppose, for example, if I say that you are starting from 0 and we are completing around 300 hours, maybe more than that also. And if I say that out of this 300 hours, approximately 120 hours, your approximately 120 hour, okay, is a part which you are going to study in your general studies. Okay, now you tell me how much is left? 180. So it means the subject which is specific to geography optional, okay, which you are going to study specifically in a geography optional, it is going to be just of 180 hours. Okay, it is just because the overlapping, this gives an advantage to a geography optional. Okay, now so you can say that yes, the syllabus, because you have 10 topics in paper 1 and 10 topics in paper 2. Yes, I agree, there is no problem in comparison to all the other subjects. The syllabus of the geography is relatively lengthy, but the point is that there are so much interlinking. Okay, suppose for example we are studying about the formation of the mountains. So once you are aware about the formation of the mountain, you can correlate it with the Himalayas. Okay, if you are aware about the tropical cyclone, then you can relate it with the in the context of Indian geography also. If you are studying a biogeography, you are studying about the soil, then at the same place you can study about the Indian soil also. Okay, if in economic activities or in a regional planning you are studying about some concept, you can relate it with the paper 2 also. So there is no problem in that. Syllabus becomes huge only when the syllabus is compartmentalized. But if the syllabus is interlinked, okay, if the syllabus is interlinked, then this syllabus, the covering this syllabus is not going to be a difficult task. Okay. Now another important thing is that difficult concepts of science. Okay, difficult concepts of the science are there in geography optional. No, as such, I won't say. Okay, because whatever the concepts of the science that which you are going to study in geography optional, that is equally applicable in your general studies. Okay, so you cannot, even if they are, then because the science which is required is of just 10th class. Conduction, convection, radiation, you may have studied about chemical equation, chemical reaction, you may have studied in your 10th class. Okay, and most of means many concepts of 10th class are the part of your geography option. Okay, so required multiple revision. Okay, every subject. Okay, every subject. Okay, but in the case of a geography, I tell you that if your concepts are clear, then you can take a break in geography for 10 days, 15 days, for a certain time being. You can take a break if your concepts are clear, because things are connected in such a logical manner that once that web, कहते हैं ना cognitive web जो होता है, वो एक structure अगर आपके दिमाग में बन गया, then it is going to be relatively stable in your mind. Okay, And less number of the selection, I have already told you that the selections are already approximately 100. So these are the myths about the geography optional, and which you will find that many people will say about it. Okay. Again, I would like to say, for those who are attending a live class, then I would like to uh, tell those people also that select the optional only when you have an interest in that. Syllabus is lengthy, material is available or not, because that is our job, that we will provide you. The only thing is that you may have gone through your general studies component of a geography, and after that you may be having an idea that whether you have that appealing part in your geography or not. Okay, it may be possible that how you have learned that subject. Sometimes I tell you that uh, you can see that so many people are having, so many students are having a problem with the mathematics part. So it is just because their beginning of the mathematics did not take place properly. The foundation of the mathematics did not take place properly. Okay, and it is due to this reason they find difficulty or they struggle in the mathematics. Okay, so lesser number of the selection, so that is also not to be applicable here in the context of a geography. Okay, now if I show you the UPSC report, then geography, this is the previous one. Okay, and now if you look to the latest one, so means geography is the second most popular subject, which we can see. And okay, and the if you look to the literature subjects also, then you will find that subjects opted are more than 100 in the literature subjects also. And in terms of, you can see that 63.1% of the students are from engineering background. It is same in the present report also. Approximately this is the figure. Means in your UPSC, nearly 63% people are from engineering background. So I must say that the people who are having an engineering background, okay, they have a good probability, or engineers are doing good in this field of civil services. Okay, and if in even the medical science also, you can see that 6.1%, 6.1%, and 24.2% people are from humanities background, and 6.6% people are from pure sciences background, physics, mathematics, or these are their background. But this year, I can tell you that there is another important data which is published this year, that we have a more number of the selection from undergraduate category. Well, the people who are just graduate, instead of having some higher education, we are having a more number of the selection from those side who are from graduate category. So 63%. So actually engineering degree is just a graduation degree. It is not a master's degree. Okay, so you have a 63% people are from engineering background. Okay, or they're engineers, B Tech, B, or whatever they have done. Okay, so naturally that the people from graduation category and not going for a higher education, we have a more percentage of the people getting selected. ओके सो मेरा हमेशा एक सजेशन रहता है कि कंसेप्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग पे ज्यादा ध्यान देना, ओके, एंड फंडामेंटल्स जो होते हैं उनको बहुत अच्छे से तैयार करना है. ओके, नाउ इसके लिए मैं एक हमेशा स्टूडेंट से मैं कहता हूं कि यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर फॉर अ resilient, your preparation should be resilient. You should have a resilient preparation, because you never know that how the UPSC may throw a questions in front of you. And in that cases, I tell you that your conceptual understanding and your firm hold, or your hold on fundamentals, will only help you. If your fundamentals are clear, I tell you, you can easily deal with some diverted topics also. Okay, and you can definitely write something in your answer, even if you feel that it is you have not studied it, but by the logic you can do it. Okay, so that is understanding and fundamentals. So I always insist on focus on conceptual understanding and fundamentals. Okay, now preparation strategy में ये पांच सी हम लेके चल सकते हैं. One is in the context of a preparation strategy. Okay, people means first of all you should be having a curiosity. Okay, means it's not about a geography optional. It is about your preparation. If you don't have a curiosity to learn or to know about the things, then you should not at all prepare for civil services. That is going to be a completely waste of time. Okay, if you don't have a curiosity. Okay, so that is going to be curiosity is very one, means you should be having some inner motivation to learn. Okay, now another important thing, critical. You cannot accept the things under the impression. Being critical means that not accepting the things or rejecting the things under the impression. ठीक है कि इन्होंने कहा है इसलिए हमने रिजेक्ट कर लिया या इसको ले लिया. नो. Suppose, for example, if you want to get critical to today's session, so what you are going to do, you will look to the UPSC report and you will just try to verify that whatever the claim made by Siddharth sir are right or wrong. Okay, and you will also look to the opinions of the people, that what are the opinions of the people about a geography optional, and how much time duration means what are, you cannot, suppose for example you have gone through the suppose for example you have looked to Quora. आजकल Quora का चलता है ना, students look their reviews from the Quora, but never search any coaching institute or the popularity of the coaching institute on Quora. I tell you, because every coaching institute are having their IT people and they are 24 hours involved in influencing the people and managing the feedbacks. Okay, so through Quora you will never learn. Okay, you will never know about, because they are the paid platforms. Even on a Google also, if you start Googling, then once your cookies and caches are stored in your mobile, you know that now you are at the mercy of the Google. They will decide, or immediately the algorithm of the Google will take over you. Okay, even if you go to the YouTube, they will decide what you will see the next, and they will bring only those things in front of you for which they are paid more. Okay, in comparison to the good one. Obviously some organic factors do operate, organic linkages be operate karti hain, and there are organic connections also which operates. Okay, because otherwise the validity of the platform would be totally destroyed. So there are organic factors also, there are many good informations also, but it is all up to you whether you choose it to be as a something which influencing you, or you are critical to every of the information which comes in front of you. So that is very important. Correlate. In the geography, it is very important that you should learn how to relate the subject. Okay, whatever the concept you are studying. Okay, abhi is bar dekho, suppose for example you know that we are having this year we are having severe cases of the flash floods in Himachal Pradesh and in the regions of Uttarakhand also. There are severe cases of this flash flood. Now I'll tell you that this happened around 60 years. There are some unique thing which took place this year. What is a unique? Now Mumbai and Delhi received the rainfall at the same date. Okay, now Mumbai and Delhi received, now this is, if you take a Mumbai, so if you look to the monsoon curve, then here in Delhi also the same date, and here on the Mumbai also it is the same. This took place around 60 years, after 60 years. Another important thing, that during the monsoon period we rarely get any cyclone. Okay, but in the month of the June we were having a cyclone in the Arabian Sea. Now you know that the monsoon progresses from two sides. One is this side and another one is from Bay of Bengal side. Now this Arabian Sea side it get weaker because of the presence of a cyclone here. It get weaker, or you can say some of the moisture got diverted towards the cyclone. Okay, but once the cyclone made a landfill, okay, means once it reaches and it is spread into the regions of Rajasthan, MP, it spread the entire moisture here. It spread the end. So this region for the last 50, 20 days or 25 days was filled with moisture. Okay. Now when the Arabian Sea branch advanced, it pushed the moisture towards the Himalayas. And along with this, this one, Bay of Bengal. Okay. It pushed the moisture in this one. So that resulted into a severe instances of or the cases of the flash floods in the regions of this one. Okay, so you need to correlate. So once you are able to correlate the subject, paper 1 and paper 2, you'll find it easier. Compare, not only correlate, how one thing is different from the other. Okay, is there any differences between the two? Because we are going to study so many theories. Means in geomorphology, we are going to study multiple theories. Even we suppose, for example, we are going to study about the plate tectonics, and we will study continental drift theory. So suppose, for example, if someone asks you that what is the difference between a continental drift theory and a plate tectonic theory, okay, then in that situation or in that cases, you should be having an ability, or you should be having those skills to compare the two things. What are the points of similarity and what are the points of differences between the two things? Okay, so that is compare, and obviously compare and contrast normally comes together. So whenever you are doing comparison, then you have an element of the contrast also. So I personally feel now this is applicable not only for geography, it is applicable nearly in all the subjects. Okay, so you can do it nearly in all the subjects, or you can take it in the context of all the subjects. Okay, so okay, so what we are going to provide you, so we are going to be having a weekly answer writing practice. We are going to have a regular doubt sessions. We are going to start this batch soon. Management will inform about the date. You can contact the management. Those who are online, they can contact the management for any starting of the batch or when we are going to commence the batch. So, but these are some of the important things. Weekly answer writing practice, doubt sessions will be there, and follow-up test series. It's our relationship will not end after the class. I mean, just after the class means it does not mean that once the syllabus is completed, our relationship is ended. We'll be having a follow-up test series. And another important thing is previous year question. I always insist that you should write at least 10 to 12 years previous year question. And if you are not writing previous year question, PYQs, then you are not at all prepared for the exam. Syllabus and previous year question, they are your Bible. If your notes are not sufficient enough to solve last 10-year question, then how can you guarantee that you will be solving a next year question? Okay, so whatever the subject you have chosen, okay, many times you need to look whether your mentor is available or not, whether the content is available is not, and many times you need to see that how much is the commitment and the dedication of a person is for you. Okay, there are so, because in we have Rajendra Nagar, we have Mukherjee Nagar, they are the hub areas of civil services preparation. Okay, but I tell you that they are the most noisy places also. They are the most noisy places also. You can just see that people are guaranteeing. There are some institute who guarantee that means if you in 20 days you can score 300 marks. Okay, so they are guaranteeing the student that in 20 days of our enrichment program you can score 300 marks. I don't know, but how can you do this one? But what type of the tips you are going to provide? So if you can make the student score 300 marks in 20 days, then obviously in 40 days you can do miracle. Okay, means you can do the miracle. So I don't subscribe to any such ideas. Still, the preparation needs patience and a constant learning. Okay, once your fundamentals are clear, your concepts are clear, you will enjoy every fact. You will enjoy all the facts if the fundamentals and concepts are clear. Okay, and even keeping those facts in your mind is also going to be relatively easy for you. Okay, so this is our 2024-25 batch. Those who are appearing for 2025, they can also come and join us. And those 2024, they can also. This is going to be 300 plus hours class, and approximately I'll take 6 months because we are having Monday to Friday class. Okay, Monday to Friday is going to be almost. I have devoted my more than 15 years in this teaching this subject. Okay, and we will be. This is the program overview coverage of complete syllabus. Every topic will be completed. I personally believe that don't leave any topic of the syllabus. Okay, you may be good in 70%, may not be good in 30%, but don't leave that 30% also. Okay, focus on the latest trend because there are so many changes taking place and so many because Earth is a dynamic area. Okay, so there are lots of happenings or changes, trends, so that we will keep on incorporating in our day-to-day lectures. And you will be having, if it is required, I will be available through a one-to-one doubt clearing sessions also, weekly assessments, and whatever the study material that the institute will provide you. I'll look to that material and I'll see that whether the material that is given to you is of good quality. Okay, but I don't insist on coaching institute material. I insist on books. Okay, means मैं हमेशा ये कहता हूं कि बुक्स पढ़ो. ओके, कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट के कुछ जगहों के रिलेटिवली आपको ठीक मिल जाते हैं फॉर करंट अफेयर्स एंड ऑल दैट, बट आई ऑलवेज इंसिस्ट दैट गो फॉर द बुक्स, purchase the books, study the books. Okay, then that is going to be a good one. So hand holding approach, my approach is always going to be hand holding. Okay, so online and offline, and we will try to develop your understanding in a language of geography. Once you start writing the answer in a language of a geography, you have a more means you have a probability of scoring a good marks. Okay, detailed mapping of the syllabus. Okay, we will start, suppose for example we are going to start with geomorphology. So for initial 2 days I will give you the entire mapping of geomorphology. We will be having a complete micro topic listing, said what we are going to study. Okay, and then we will open up the nature of the subject. Okay, okay, so that we will do. And your assessments will be a regular part, PYQ and model questions that may be given to you, and will be also very customized and personalized attention. Okay, customized attentions हम इसलिए इसको बोलते हैं because every student require a different attention. Okay, so that is going to be, so one-to-one doubt discussions would also be there, and we will be having our follow-up programs even after the completion of the course also. We are going to have the follow-up programs. Okay, so we are soon going to start this topic of your geography optional, and if you are from science background, okay, and you feel that something which is scientific is going to be much more appealing for me in comparison to something which seems to be very abstract. Okay, then I welcome you for this subject, and just attend the classes, feel comfortable. Okay, and if you're comfortable, then you continue with that. Okay,
How much of it would be now?
so this
We do map work side by side with each
so map work, actually the map part is in your second paper. Okay, you are having one question for the map entries in your second paper, but you should know about drawing world map and map of India. Means for a world map it should not take 45 seconds, more than 45 seconds. 45 second is still on a higher side, and for an India map it should not exceed 25 seconds to 28 seconds. Okay, so I'll tell you that how to draw the world map in a minimum possible time. Okay, हाँ, जब मैं समझा रहा हूँ तो टाइम ज़्यादा लगेगा obviously. Okay, but once you start doing a practice, then it is going to be easy for you. And जहाँ तक मैप्स की बात है तो मीन्स एंट्रीज की बात है तो ऑब्वियसली सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट द इकोनॉमिक ज्योग्राफी, so we are going to study about the economic reasons, important mineral reasons, so we would be looking to those reasons also. biogeography, biogeographical reasons, okay, rainfall regimes, or we are looking to the rainfall regions of the world, okay, the rainfall distribution also, vegetation distribution also. So in every cases in your paper one, a map is going to be an integral part. क्योंकि ज्योग्राफी में बेटा अगर मैप हटा देंगे तो वो ज्योग्राफी नहीं रहेगी. Okay, so that will not at all be called as a geography. Okay, we are going to start because our planning is from 16th. Okay, so we are going to start from 16th, and I hope एक बार आप बात कर लेना वहाँ पे जाके, और आप लोग जो जिसको भी बात करनी है तो जस्ट हैव अ डिस्कशन विद द मैनेजमेंट, एंड वो जैसा आपको बता दें. ठीक है बेटा. मैं उस दिन ऑन द वेरी फर्स्ट डे आई विल टेल यू व्हाट आर द बुक सोर्सेज दैट यू नीड टू रेफर for a different topic, because on the very first day I will discuss about the syllabus. This is the nature of the syllabus, and what from way means uh, what are the sources to refer for this particular syllabus. No, from my side I would not give you any printed material. Whatever the institute will provide, that will be the, but I will only suggest a good book. You study the good book, and it may be possible that my sources and your sources of study may be common for some subject. Okay, so that's all from my side. Thanks a lot. बंद करो. यार